Hi guys, we should be live. How is everybody this evening? You're doing well? I'll do a couple of hellos and we'll continue with our Venom as a dragon. So we've got hello to Minecraft Transformers, sporting some very nice emojis there of our narrators. Dr. Varius is back. Welcome back. Hi Tegan. Hello Venomized Toothless. Yo Noxy. And also welcome to anybody else who's in the chat. Oh, yo, Shade Hunter, how's it going? And yo, Justin, see you've got the icons as well. Hope you're enjoying the membership. And yeah, guys, how's your Monday been? Mine's been a little bit manic and chaotic, but we've had a few things happen in the last kind of week. Don't know if you guys can see from behind me, but we've got a nice little shelf up for some of the, I would say some of the kind of little figures that I've got. We've got some sound panels for when I do my recording. And yeah, we're just continuing with the live stream now. Yo, Alien Animations. Shaitan, it's going whether I want it to or not. That Monday feeling, is it? Okay, so I'm doing something different to this, which I did in the last community redraw. I've turned the layers to a soft light instead of a hard light layer for the shadows. And on the main layer at the bottom for this dragon, it's full opacity. But what I'm doing is I'm actually doing a color fill. So the darker areas that we'll have on the character will actually be more... They should actually fill in more of a darker solid color, and then we can expand on those to make the best way to put it is to make the extra effects that we want, so to get the lighting right. And we're just going to basically work on this tonight, have a nice chill stream and answer a few questions if you got any, and just chill out. Oh yes, Justin, I haven't watched it yet, but you sent me it. It's the Blue Beetle trailer, isn't it? Which will be absolutely awesome. The screenshot on the front looks really, really interesting. Dr. Virus, did you went to see the Dungeons and Dragons movie? That's awesome. I haven't seen that yet. Something I'm looking forward to going to see. Alien Animation is currently making their character for the event draw. Nice. Microsoft, did you see the new promotion beta tab in YouTube Studio? I'm not sure. I might have. I've seen something cool within here, which is quite cool. So you see this lovely picture above me. I'm not sure how it's going to look in stream, but if you want your own copy of it, should be able to do something really cool and pin a copy of the product to the top of the page. So give me a second, this just for a test. Let's just see what happens. I can't actually see the stream. Oh wow, it's at the top of the chat. Look at that, product placement. That is best. Sorry, it's a new feature I've just seen in the studio, so I can pin it to the top, and you can see a product that we've got. So maybe when this is finished on the stream or something, we can, or I've got products from a, we've got a really good series or something, and people are asking a lot about where can I get this, where can I get that. I can just drop that in there and pin them, which is really cool. I don't know if they show anywhere else in the stream, but that's quite a nice little feature I've just spotted, and I didn't realise it did that. I will leave it there for a little bit for you guys if you want to just have a look at it in a new tab and that. If not, then I'll close that down in a bit, but yeah. Hey Tipcentric, I'm doing good. I can't wait till the 20th of April though, when I can sort things out and then it's all set up properly. But yeah, currently I'm doing really good. say that, not a lot of sleep over the weekend and that, so that was fun. In fact, I'm also roasting, so give me a second. It's really good and funny, awesome. I do want to see that, being a D&D fan. That would be quite an interesting one to do. Justin says, I was fangirling in the whole time watching the trailer. Is it that good? Because it was about time they did a really good trailer for a DC film. They haven't done that in a while, other than a couple of them. Well, I could say a couple of them. They haven't done many in a while that are as good as that. Yeah, Tick-centric. I completely remember that. The old Dungeons and Dragons one with the high school kids that got sucked into the other dimension. That was an absolutely awesome cartoon series. Alright, so I've got an idea of where I want the shadows to come from, and I kind of know what I want to do with some of this. But we're going to be kind of just getting a sense for the bits that I haven't done yet. Obviously, being kind of like a venomized dragon, it's going to be a case of tidying this up a bit. Oh, also, any Pokemon fans out there got the new boosters yet? The Scarlet and Violet ones that came out literally over the weekend, because I got a few of them and I got a few nice cards out of them, which are part of a booster pack. Well, the ones that I'm using in it are going to be in a booster pack art challenge, so kind of like teased. But there's some really awesome cards in the whole collection. Some really awesome artwork ones, like the Fido Reverse Hollow and stuff. So there's some really cool ones. But I'm quite chuffed. I got a Crydon. Don't know if you can see that clear enough, but I managed to get a Crydon out of it. Slight change of subject, but yeah, that's not going to be one that I'm fusing there. Yeah, Shade Hunter. It was a what are you asking was a series? Sorry, the chat moved then. Shade Hunter. Dungeons and Dragons was an actual old cartoon series, so be sure to check that out. What have we got? It says I should do a original D&D cartoon kids as mech armors or something similar. That's not a bad idea. I do want to do a retro, a kind of a retro cartoons as, or my childhood cartoon shows as something like a variety episode. I kind of think it'd be quite cool to do that. I think that's going to be quite a nice one to have. I can see that I can have a lot of fun with that one. Oh, what did you guys think of the community redraw? Did you enjoy the story for it? I struggled so much tying that story together. I know a few people have already commented that they want it to, from the last one, the Jungle Darkness, they want to know what happens with this kind of like vine creature and that, which is really cool. That's fine, because I also got a load of Yu-Gi-Oh boosters at the weekend with some really nice looking ones, like a rescue hero card at the top. So there will be a booster art challenge fusing some Yu-Gi-Oh and some Pokemon cards, but none of the cards I've shown are the ones that are selected. Next one tries to fix the blue boot armor. That'd be quite interesting. Yeah, those kids got more than a bargain on that roller coaster. Oh, they did. They definitely did, Minecraft Transformers. Imagine getting on a roller coaster, instead of Final Destination, you end up being taken to another dimension with powers that don't work quite so well. You've got to learn how to use them. That was the fun bit. It wasn't so much the fact they were in the D&D universe, it was the fact that they had to learn their abilities as they went along, which is quite cool. I might do Dr. Virus. I think I might have. You've sent probably about 6, I think. 5 or 6 in total. So I think I've got a good selection of them. I just needed to know which one was the main one to use if it gets selected. I say if because I don't confirm anything, but the main thing is if it gets selected because of the fact that they all had a few of them had slight differences in them. As you stated on your comment, one's got hexagon-like things for the hands, the other ones don't. Yugmon. What would be the Pikachu equivalent to the Yu-Gi-Oh branding? I don't know. I mean, if you're on about the Pikachu equivalent as in the main one, it'd be Dark Magician or Karibo. Probably Karibo. It's one of the most famous cute type of creatures there are in Yu-Gi-Oh. But I don't really know, Justin. It would be an interesting one to find that out. Right, so this is starting to come along quite nicely in this bit. Let's just make sure I've got the right brush. And the right layer. Just darken this up a little bit. Oh, is anybody else going to watch the Super Mario movie coming out of the weekend? I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to go, I don't know if I'm going on Friday or Saturday, probably Friday if I get that sorted. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Super Mario movie. That looks a lot of fun. That looks like it's going to be really, really good fun. I didn't realise I turned that to vivid light. That's an interesting one. Yeah, he did, but I think that was quite a good one, Minecraft Transformers, where he had a hard time learning the spells, mainly because he came from like a scientific background and didn't believe in magic. So it was kind of like a nice little conversion. He had to believe and learn over time and build his confidence up. Um, ah, hello, Stella Cutson. Hey, thank you for phasing through the door. And hey, right, let's get some more details on the face because I really enjoy doing this. I'm quite enjoying doing some at Venomized, so I think this month we've definitely got a potential Venomized episode happening. There is also, I know Justin's seen it, and Minecraft has seen it, there is a poll for a members chosen video happening this month. So if you do become a member, or you get gifted a member, whichever way it happens, and you're lucky enough, then you can break the three-way split on the poll at the moment. But one video each month will be member voted on in the members only community posts. That way it's going to be something that some people know and expect and other people don't really have a clue on, to build up some hype for it. And then yeah, I think it's also a nice little added bonus to give back to members that we can vote on something over time. At the moment there's only about 3 members, so it's kind of, you guys have got the control really before it becomes, hopefully over time we get quite a few more, but before it actually expands out more, then yeah. Oh, I like that pattern on it now. Just blend it in a bit. Justin just glanced at the poll. That's completely fine, Justin. It's one of those things where it just happens. I will, however, remove the pin on that product, and you know there are other posters in the store. Oh, I do like that Tegan. Sorry, slight change of subject. Tegan's got a better name. Last time they suggested Venom Wing for the dragon, but this time they're suggesting VENOM Wing, which is actually quite nice. Oh, Stella, that's quite cool. It's getting closer until Stella Kitsune Illustrations is born. Nice. Do you have a planned go live date that we can put in the calendars? or is it going to be a case of that's still undecided and you'll cross that bridge when you get to that part? It is exciting when you like start something. The only thing I would say, the best advice is just to keep making content and improve something each time, and don't get too hooked up on the numbers, depending where you're going to be promoting it or adding the content. Dr. Virus, happy early birthday for next month. The 28th or the 29th? I've got the 28th in my head, but I think it's going to be one of those two, isn't it? Hello, Omega Prime. Welcome back to the stream. Justin, drinking laws in the UK is I can't remember now. I'm old enough to drink. I think when you're out and about, I don't know if it's gone up to 21 yet. Anybody in the UK know? I haven't been out to the pub in ages with anybody underage. Or, I say underage, that's really bad. Anybody around the age of 18 to 21. If it's not 18, it'll be 21. It'll be one of those two. 18 still, thanks DempseyJ. I did think it was 18 still. They were trying to make it 21 at one point, which might not go down so well. But no, it's yeah, you still get the whole thing about, you know, you're allowed one drink with family if you're, you know, if you're not 18 with a meal, which is still quite cool. Oh, I'm also potentially bringing back, just so you guys know, I don't know if it's this month or next month, I will be bringing back a Subnautica based video. So it's either going to be Subnautica Transformers Part 2 or another Subnautica Venomized. I'm not sure on that one. We haven't done a lot of Venom stuff in a while on the channel, and I think it's about time to bring it back a little bit and mix it back into the whole thing of everything. Tip-centric, it is true when you're having a meal. I don't know if it's 15 or 16. I didn't even think there was an age on that. I think you just had to be old enough to have it, because you can kind of like have a shanty, kind of like half a pint when you're, depending what country it is, you can have them a bit younger. But yeah. Hey Sarah, what's up? So congratulations on it was 100 subscribers, wasn't it? I think you got the other day, if I remember rightly. Correct me if I'm wrong, please do. But yeah, I think you managed to hit that milestone, which was absolutely awesome. Venowing. So we got Venowing, or Venowing and Venowing. Very close. We'll see. I haven't decided the name on this, but I will probably do that. I will be putting this in the Patreon for downloadable content, so you can download the digital version. And for members who are not on Patreon, this month there will be a link to all the old artwork I've got into a Google Drive folder, which you guys will get access to in a special channel on the Discord, for you guys to download the high-res versions of the artwork. I've got to go through and name them all and sort them out. But yeah, those will be getting added, so keep an eye out for that. Anybody else who wants the artwork, I will be putting this also on the Teespring store, so you can check that out for a poster. I know I'm plugging merch and stuff, but if I don't get in the habit of kind of like selling myself and selling the stuff, it's going to be weird when I do it. Justin, you are a premium member, and you can thank, I believe Koi gifted the membership for you for that one, so yeah. Definitely. So look, Ehrenfold would definitely fight that. Oh, Ehrenfold would fight that, definitely. He may even want to just go back to the uh, Minecraft Venomized dimension. Sort of that. In fact, do you guys want to see me bring back some of the older episodes, like what happened with that Guzzlord mech, or what happened with the Venomized Warden after it went into the light from the SCP Venomized and Minecraft Venomized episode, where it kind of like jumped into the next realm? Because I've left a couple of stories open-ended. Be quite interesting to see. Hello, Chromagod. Salutations to you as well. My life goes plodding along. No, my life's not too bad at the moment. Thank you for asking. It makes sense for it's a dragon to battle the Spider Knight. Potentially it does. I think that would be into the whole universe of Marvel, to be honest. That's not a bad call, Dr. Virus. Koi's Justin, Koi's male. If you find Koifish Gaming, you'll be able to see Koi live on one of the streams when they stream, or check out one of the previous ones. Cool. Right, let's continue with this. I want to get some more of this. Why have we got some? I've got this huge playlist. I've got to sort it out, but it's got some reasonably. I'm just going to skip through till I find a song I like. There you go, that's a bit more of a nicer tune. Stella says, I want to know what happened with the Guzzlord mech, and for a variety episode in my channel I'm planning on turning Ultrabeast into many things. Nice. Justin goes, look behind you, Flame Soulsmith turning your lovely, that kind of artistic kid into Takiaki. Unfortunately, that kind of artistic kid isn't here, so even if I look behind me, I won't see them. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'll have that kind of artistic kid, crispy and fried. Okay, let's get some more of this kind of texture more on this side. Kind of put the solid bits of this need to kind of continue with most of the actual shape we've got here and go in. It's weird when I do a block of like this of the color. I'm trying to think where the light would reflect and where I'd have the stronger shadows. So you can kind of get that detail in, and then obviously I've put a few details areas in to go over, and that's kind of creating the overall design for this. So I've got a rough idea of part of the look and feel I want for this dragon in terms of the lighting, but there's still a huge section that's open to interpretation, which is one of the fun aspects, which is quite cool. What was that? What was that goblin thing that Joey had? Goblin? Are you on about Lava Battle Guard and Swamp Battle Guard? Are you on about Grave Robber, the little guy with the shovel? Omega Prime, no one can defeat my Infinity Stones enhanced Guzzlord mech. Yeah, we can. We'll take them to the TBA. All Infinity Stones don't work in that realm. Sorry, kind of just killed your Infinity Stone saga there. Do apologise, but Marvel created that zone, so I don't feel too bad. Whoopsie. No, it's yeah, if I did Infinity Stones to some of the stuff that I've drawn, it would be a rather interesting design. Maybe I should do that as a video. I've got so much planned and lined up, it's really weird. When I do the booster challenges though, I'm not going to have a story. It's going to be more lore, so a bit of information, properly merging the effects in this time and talking about them, or just talking about some design notes with it and having design notes and speed paint like the last one. I know nobody likes the lore and the story, but I think it'd be quite cool to have those bits in there just to have things work out quite nicely. Oh, Goblin Attack Force. Yeah, that's a really weird card. It's got like a 2,400 attack. As soon as you attack, after the battle phase, it goes into defense mode, which is really annoying because it's your opponent's turn on the next one, and it's a real nightmare. As you can tell, I've got or used that card quite a fair bit. I may also do a Digimon episode on the channel at some point if it wins in a community poll. I will be putting it out there. I've got an idea for a possible series with them, but obviously that just depends on what happens. You know, what you guys want to see. I will. Talking about updates, there's a few updates on the channel and things I'm ranting on, well, waffling on about at the moment. I will, if we hit 3,000 subscribers, bring back the Multiverse Story Arc, and I will be venomizing all 5 Dinobots. I may even do a 6th illustration, like I did the Predacons, and do the combined version of all the Dinobots venomized in a battle pose. I know I haven't done anything on that story arc in a very long time, and we left it off in the middle of an epic battle with the 2 versions of Doctor Strange, the Transformers, the Decepticons and Autobots fighting over this giant lake that was formed. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are on their way towards it, and we've got some Nautica Leviathan creatures in there taking out Decepticons. The last we left off, Soundwave went after Grimlock. Soundwave became venomized. I went after him, and at the last minute, Optimus Prime shot Grimlock in the back with a symbiote. And that's where we left that one off, so it's quite an interesting battle story. And it's just... Also, Dempsey, I got some OP cards that I thought were fake, but when I checked them, it was real. I got a Red Eyes, a Kraken, and 3-headed Blue Eyes White Dragon. Oh, you got Blue Eyes Ultimate! Depends which Blue Eyes it is, because there's a Blue Eyes Ultimate Fusion and there's an actual kind of like a Blue Eyes triple-headed one that's in a Dragon Structure deck that's come out in recent years. I don't know lots, I don't know tons. I just know enough to know what I've seen. As I haven't played the game in a very long time outside of personal duels against DempseyJ Gaming, which are always good fun. I have got Master Duel on my phone, which any Yu-Gi-Oh fan, I recommend getting it. You don't have to spend money on it, you just do the complete training and stuff. But you basically can build decks and you've got access to all the cards, so you can put your deck in on it. But they've also got, they'll teach you about all the new cards, the Pendulum Summons, the Link Summons, Ritual, XYZ, Synchro, Spell, Trap, field cards, chain links, tons of stuff. A funny bit of backstory from my narrator. Her friend shoots an alien down that has her arm. Don't worry, we can fix it. Another alien eats said alien. We can fish it out. Another alien eats that alien. Okay, give it a push. Oh, that is brilliant, Stella. Oh, I wish I'd come up with an idea of something like that with one of my stories. I will also give a heads up. At some point, I will be having a rather ridiculous story coming out. I say it's going to be a bit more fun and on the wacky side. It's going to be. I'm going to try and actually get. I'm going to try and do a goofy episode, but do it so it does justice to what the content is. I haven't decided if it's going to be a redraw in future or something else. We will be looking at that, and I can't remember who asked last time. Was it you, Stella, or asking if I was going to do Genshin at some point, which I'm still going to do. I might do a digital painting of Genshin in the next week or two and just see how well that goes before thinking of doing something else with the whole series. I did think Genshin in kind of like a mecha type of futuristic sci-fi universe could be quite a cool concept. Swap it round from where they're all like the classic fantasy martial arts magic type to mechs and devices and stuff. Yo, Aiden Plays. No worries, you've made it to the stream, it's fine. Don't worry about being late. Glad you can make it. Dr. Virus, you have Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel on the Nintendo Switch. You don't really like Rush Duel. No, I didn't really like the concept of Rush Duel. I haven't played it, but I looked at some of the cards and I just didn't like the concept, literally. I'm old school on Yu-Gi-Oh! In terms of that one. Oh, if anybody's noticed, have you noticed the Spider-Man behind me? Can you spot him out? He's hanging upside down there. I managed to get him hanging down on there, which is quite cool. Just thinking, well, I've got Venom, it's not Spider-Man related. Or Marvel related, as it were. Noxy, welcome back. You said, so who was it? Oh, I think it was Alpha Dragon then that said about Genshin. I have got your suggestions on the list, and I have been looking into them. I have been trying to figure out how I'm going to do the story more than anything else. The artwork shouldn't be too difficult. For a lot of the suggestions, it's what I can do story-wise with them that's a bit of a twist, taking some of the original lore and putting them into something that's more interesting, or my spin on it, which is the hardest part, really. And that's the bit that, you know, is easy to struggle with when you're doing videos with content, is coming up with... I've got so many things already pre-planned that I want to do from the suggestions as empty files on the iPad. They're actually on there, some are labelled, some aren't. They're ready for the next versions of them. However, I haven't got a story in mind for a couple of them, how I can really flesh them out and make them do justice, because what I want to do is I want to do justice to the original lore and what makes the essence of the characters, what makes them so popular, really. The whole essence, what makes the character the character. If I don't have like their core abilities or their personality, or a scenario where fans of that character or genre will, or the fans of that character or genre will actually relate to it, is the best word, I think. You know, if you can't picture it actually happening with that character, if they're in that setting, it's not going to be a good video. And that's no fault on my art skills, no fault on anybody else's if they do it. It's just a solid fact that if you don't do it right, you will not... What could be a potentially really good series or really good set of videos won't happen. And I guess that's one of the risks you've got to take at some point. While I'm here, anybody got any art questions or any questions? Just thought I'd check that out there. Anybody looking in the background, if you ever have an art question or something, please feel free to ask, whether it's in here or if you want to join the Discord, ask the art community in the Discord. We're all willing to help and reply when we're online and we get a chance to. Which is one of the things I love about the community that we've got. We may be a small community at the moment, but we are growing and we are all helpful and nice to each other, which is the best thing we can ask for, really. Oh, I've just seen your message. If you've gone already, then you can catch this later on. If not, Dr. Virus, I will see you next time. Cyrus asked, which of your pieces took the longest and how long? I have that, hand-drawn wise, this one and the Dragon Ball one across the room that I've got, took the longest, 3 days. But then again, this one kind of makes sense to take 3 days because, oop, let me get that without destroying my shelf. Because this one is hand-drawn with an awful lot of detail on the techniques for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and that. So this took me about 3 days to do a free size, just in inks. But it's one of my favourite pieces. Right, that's where they are. Let's go behind Lucario's ears. Just fix Lucario so you can stand back up. Perfect. Yeah, that took about 3 days to do, so that was quite an interesting one. Oh, I appreciate that, Koi. Thank you for dropping a like, and yeah, nice to see you're using the emojis as well. Okay, Mega Prime, I'll catch you later. Thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, it took a while. I mean, some of the earlier artworks that I've done, sorry, digital ones, took like 8 hours or so, or a day or two, but hand-drawn often takes the longest. Which, well, it's understandable really. I'm drawing it by hand and I don't have an undo. So the minute I get to the inking stage, I can't undo it. In fact, I didn't even do pencils on that one, I don't think. I think I drew that one straight out in ink. That's probably why that one took me so long. The other one took 3 days, but that's because I was doing that in between work, so it was 3 days over like a week or two, which was again fun, but at the same time, it's you've got to have that love for doing the art, otherwise it takes it away from being something you get into the zone and you're just doing to you realise how long you spent and you lose interest. Yes, I do. How do you get? Oh, questions. Cool. So we've got Alien Animations asks, how do you get better at shading art? Because the only thing I know about shading is how to cell shade and then bleed it by hand. Okay, shading. To get better at shading at art is actually about the light contrast. So if you want to get better at shading, you want to look first, make sure you've got you understand light and contrast to a decent level of the fundamentals, and then look at shading techniques. So if you want to do a more comic style, the shading techniques are more what's the best way to show you? So if you're doing, I'm going to do this on a new layer, everybody, just so you can see. So if you're shading comic style, so you want to shade under his tongue, okay? Most comic styles will do lines like this to add shading. I'm doing it in different colours so you can see, but you add the lines underneath, and then you'll build it up, and then you cross hatch this way. And you'll have that, and then once you've got a solid colour in, sorry, that kind of goes in, you'll actually notice that cross hatching works and it builds up. It doesn't look too great there because I've gone above all the layers, but if I set that to a multiply just so we've got a darker version, you can see it's kind of starting to give that comic-y feel, and you'll follow a direction with it, and then you can make it smaller and go across there to give more of a feel like you're getting the comics. You follow the shape of the object as well. So say we want to put a bit more shading here, I'd follow the shape of the object for where I'm doing the crosshair bits going down. and you already start to get a bit of a feel for it. And then I might want to just do a few more here to emphasize a bit of the shading there, and maybe a couple lines here, and then continue going through with a few bits. And depending on the space and the length, you've kind of got this bit of shading appearing on there, so it kind of appears and disappears. But you need to understand the shape, the lighting, and I guess if you're doing it, I suppose the other question in animation is, are you doing it digitally or traditionally? Because that has a massive impact on the next steps of how to implement the shading. Traditionally, you often start with the lighter colours and work your way darker depending on your medium. So you would put the lighter colours of the skin down first, and then build the next layer on top of that for where the shadows go, and then the next layer where the darker shadows go. Digitally, you kind of do the reverse. You start with the darker ones first, and then on the next layer you go a little bit lighter, and that could be your softer layer like I've got here, which is the blended shadows, which kind of just add a bit of a gradient type feel. Then you've got your next layer, which is a bit of lighting, and then your highlights on top. So it's kind of how you're doing it to what you're doing, but the pure secret to any form of shading is understanding your light source, where it's coming from and where the shadow should fall, and that just gets you your detail to where you don't want detail. Hopefully that's not too super detailed as an answer, because I've just touched on it, but that should help a little bit. There is another trick if you're using digital art for your shading, and I use it. There's two tricks. The first one is a clipping mask. Okay. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'll explain my process to you quickly in animations. So I start with flat colors, and I add a bit of a gradient to the color. So I start with a flat color, I alpha lock the layer, and this is important, alpha lock the layer that you're doing that color on, and then it won't go on any of the bits that don't have color in that layer. It works on transparency, so only anything that's got color inside that layer will be affected. You then go a bit darker and do your shadows on the side that you want shading, a bit lighter and do some highlights on there, and you've got a bit of a gradient on your base colors. If you've got a program that does gradients, just use a gradient. Then on top of that, because you've got a solid shape of all your selection underneath at the bottom, first of all, sorry. So on here, we had a solid shape first, which is this layer. I then did all the layers in the last video, and then we alpha locked them, and we created the gradient effect over the top. So we went from this one to this one, and then each layer above it is actually a clipping mask, not alpha locked. And the clipping mask means that it won't go outside the main mask of this layer. So no matter how much I may want to do a solid color, I'll make it bright pink for you. I'll put a solid color on here. On here, I'll make a solid pink color. It never goes past that line. I'm actually, you can see, hopefully, here that I've gone past the line, but it never goes on that bit in between. So that's kind of the secrets to helping your shading. Then you just work on your shapes, block fill them in if you're doing shell rendering or anything, and you never actually go past what you're trying to do, because you're basically working within the confines of that layer only. And don't be afraid to use multiple layers. The more layers, the better when you're starting out. Thank you, Minecraft. I appreciate the likes. I just returned like Atom in Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side of Dimensions. Nice. Oh, Ben. I don't know, because I'm pretty sure that's from the latest video from a certain other channel, and I haven't seen that yet. But yeah, that'd be quite interesting. That's not a problem at any animations. I'm always willing to share some information and help out where I can. Obviously, depending on what piece you're doing, it then varies for what gets shared information-wise. Another key thing for your shading is to start with a lower opacity like I am here. Start down under 20% and then just keep going over it to build it up and using a bigger brush. It'll give you much more control over those softer ones with an airbrush. So you kind of want your hard shadows on your bottom there to be solid and then turn the opacity down for what you want. The next layer up, you want the same kind of blending mode if you want this type of effect, but you use a soft brush on a very low opacity, about between 10 and 20%. And that allows you to repeatedly go over a section and just build up the, like here, just build it up over time for the darkness. And then it's the same principle. I lasso around on the next layer, so I mean I've done that on the bottom layer there, which is quite cool, but you kind of just build it up on the layers that you want to do to get darker and darker over time. And then you can go to your lighting layer and experiment with the layers. Find the actual option that works for you. So lighting's normally an add layer, vivid light layer, screen, overlay, color dodge. Those tend to be the ones that are used for lighting, the brighter ones. And the ones for shadows tend to be the hard light and the hard light, soft light, multiply, darken, color burn. You find the ones that work for your style. Keegan says, Dempsey, I have a video idea for you. Folklore creatures are superheroes or villains. That is not a bad idea. I do need to do a folklore episode. I have been saying I'll be doing that. I've been saying I'll be doing a steampunk episode for a while, but I just haven't gotten around to finishing it off. Which, yeah, I've kind of got what I know what I want to do for the first one. I just haven't managed to flesh out a narrator to tell the story properly, or if I should have a narrator on the first one, just to see how it goes. It's one of those ones where it's kind of I kind of know what I want, but at the same time, I'm not 100% sure. I want it to be right because I do like steampunk, the whole concept, but as with some other subjects that I've done in the past, I'm not too familiar with the whole, even though I like it, I've never delved into that universe, as it were. So when it comes to the lore and the stories and, you know, making it believable to be steampunk, it's still in its research stages, which it just takes forever to do some stuff on the channel and to do justice on it, which is the key thing. Which isn't to say I'm not going to do them. I'm still going to do it, and Steampunk will be out this year. It's just getting it all together. What if Generator Rex was steampunk? That would be quite interesting. Trying to figure out how to do the nanites as steampunk ones would be quite interesting. I think that's a bit too upbeat for this picture. Oh, that'll do. That's an interesting idea, Justin. If Generator Rex was steampunk, that'd be quite interesting. It'd be more interesting to see how some of the actual altered creatures would look like, to be honest. I feel like Generator X is the closest thing on how superheroes would work in a real world setting, probably. Oh, Ben, that's not a bad idea actually. Famous dragons into steampunk mechs would be quite cool. I don't know if you heard earlier, I will be turning retro or my favourite childhood cartoons into something. Now, I know that video may not do super well, with a lot of the younger generation, but I will be using the original references for a lot of them. So we've got stuff like the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Brave Star, GoBots, Centurions, Sentinels, Techno, I think it was Technomal or Technoblade. There are so many, you know, original He-Man Masters of the Universe, Captain Nintendo, just so many from growing up. Silverhawks, there are tons of them, which will be quite cool. That's going to be like a, I've not got any set date for that. That's just going to be quite a cool one for me to do as a personal one and just drop it out at some point. It may even be a bonus video with some lore. I just think it's going to be quite a cool concept to take some of the old retro cartoons from my generation and, you know, show some of the pictures and bring them to life in this in these illustrations, really. Justin, I have seen all the Spy Kid movies. Didn't watch the series though. Before anybody asks, I watched them with the kids. Koi. Oh wow. Congrats, Kremagod, and thank you, Koi, so much for gifting a membership. It's absolutely appreciated. And Kremagod, don't forget to say thank you. Nice, that's awesome. And I will add you to the members on the Discord. If you're on our Discord, Kremagod. I think you are. I think I've seen you on there somewhere. And while you got the chance, Kremagod, don't forget, do some emojis. I think in terms of the general design for this kind of like dragon concept, we're almost done in terms of the light and the shadows for the Venom dragon. I'm really loving how this kind of like vivid light's given this weird swirly texture, as if it's kind of more alive. It's looking really cool. Really? That's quite cool, Justin. I managed to get some really relaxing type music started on here somehow. So we'll just listen to a bit of relaxing music as we draw. Probably not as upbeat as the Venom theme should be, but I quite like it at the moment. Unless you guys want me to, you know, see whatever tracks we've got in this selected playlist I've got for the copyright-free music. I don't mind having a look. Just need to know if you guys are happy with what's on, or if we should change it up a bit. Let me know in the chat now. So Koi, how do you think the dragon's turning out so far? Wait, what? Minecraft, thank you so much, and congratulations to Alien Animations for being gifted membership. That is awesome. I completely appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. In fact, my first challenge for you guys after the stream is to go into the members community posts and vote on the poll to break the tiebreaker for a members only video that will be happening this month. Okay, I think that's going to be the main part of the dragon done. So now I can put this back in, which is the fun part that we were developing last time that we discovered, and we were like, oh my god, that looks amazing. So what colours were I using last time? Was it the red? Something like that there. Was it the red giving that quite nice vibe on it? This is one of the nice effects. If you use a color dodge layer above or underneath your lighting, you can completely change how the look and feel goes. But thank you so much, guys, for doing the membership gifts. Grandma God's gone to celebrate. Nice. Yes, congrats to everybody who's become a member in this stream. And we will get you added onto the Discord in a little bit. I'll make sure to do it after the stream if it's not done then. It'll definitely be done tomorrow for you. You'll be added and get access to the behind the scenes and then the link when it goes out. Okay, I think I need to do more of an orange colour. Maybe it was the painting one that we used last time. Wait, what? Minecraft, did you just gift another membership? Oh my god, DempseyJ Gaming just got it. Wow. I will be sure when I speak to them to make sure that they thank you. Thank you so much, Minecraft Transformers. I'm not even sure if DempseyJ Gaming's in the chat, but if they are, then be sure to thank Minecraft Transformers. That's absolutely insane. Thank you so much, guys. Dempsey, I made a Stranger Things suggestion for a video. Did you? I will check that out if it's in the Discord or if it's on a comment or something. Wait, is that for a video on my channel or a video that you've just suggested on chat? Where did you suggest it? Stranger Things is quite a cool one though, and it is potentially a possible one for future. I think that needs to be more yellow, doesn't it? That's better. I got a feeling like the symbiote would be affecting a bit more of the stuff from this. You made it in the chat. Oh, yeah. If that's about your, is that a Demigorgosaur behind me? That's not a bad idea, actually. Where you walk across that line, you die. No, Stranger Things is the series where a kid with psychic abilities escapes from this place, and there's another dimension called the Upside Down, and the strange creatures and stuff there. There's like 4 seasons. I'm not spoiling any of it. I'm just giving the general gist. You'll know it. The main female character is called 11. It's kind of like I don't know. The Goonies meet a slightly less scary version of Resident Evil. Is the best way to put it. You don't care either way. What about Ghostbusters? It would be cool. I mean, if you, I mean, you wouldn't be the first cosplay turn Zulu into Ankylosaur. Yeah, no. Ghostbusters is something that may be my retro one, to be honest. Uh, Mainly because I'd go to the original Ghostbusters cartoon, which would be quite cool. Right, I want to add some extra flame stuff in here, so I want to see what brushes I've got for effects. Kind of like the Surge Stream. How's that? I don't think that's fiery enough. Plasma combined? Maybe try plasma itself over the top. Nope. Phoenix might work. What about plasma smoke? Nope. I'm just experimenting with brushes here to try and find the right effect for what I want to show. I mean, Par Beam Scatter is kind of the effect that I want. But it's not kind of the colour that I want. Kind of tricky figuring it all out. Goonies, I think you mean. What did I say? Did I say Goonies? Oh, you've never seen the Goonies. No. The Goonies, famous line, "Hey you guys!" It's basically a bunch of kids that go looking for a buried treasure to save their homes. But it is really good. It's classic. Hey Koi, guess what I watched? The 1991 Super Mario Brothers movie this evening before jumping on the stream. I skipped a few bits because I've seen it before, but yeah, I kind of jumped through a couple of them to see what I can get sorted. So I guess maybe light fracture or light magic. Oh, that might work better. Now people are going to look and think, what is he doing to this piece of art? And then you're going to look in a minute and go, oh my god, what has he done to it? He's destroyed the whole thing. Yeah, that Corey, that is an absolutely amazing movie. And yeah, Justin, you're right. Yeah, that is the one with Bob Hoskins. It is absolutely amazing. I was watching it. I was just thinking how many main like actors were in it for, back then. It's just some really amazing actors in it, and it's just like, wow. I like that. We need more music. It stopped. Yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit was one of my favourite films growing up. And just imagine they had no people there to play the other people that they're talking to 9 times out of 10. So he was an amazing actor. What happens to Bobby Boy? Any answers? Chat. What happened to him? Bomb bombs wear Reeboks. I kind of want to do. Have you got some cool effects I can use? Really? That was that brush? Wow. We could go OTT on this. We could go absolutely crazy, and we can just go. I quite like that actually. Right, I want one of these layers to actually be just darker. Soft brush. Make sure we got no song playing. Is it all correct? Eddie Murphy turned down Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He's supposed to be Bob's character. Yeah, I think Bob's character was just perfect with him playing it. I don't think any other character would have pulled that one off, with the exception of maybe Robin Williams, because he was just an amazing voice actor and just character all in all. But yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Bob Hoskins was the Bob Hopkins. Bob was an amazing actor. I'm used to that names. But yeah. Yeah, Justin, possibly. I will be checking it out later on, which would be quite cool. I do feel I need to. Maybe I need the nebula one that does the... Not sure about the reddish flame bit on there yet. Yeah, that's kind of what I did on here. That was the dark blue with a hard light filter, Justin. Then I masked it down a bit. I mean, I could turn the opacity down a bit, but I kind of masked it out a bit. I also feel I kind of need... I'm gonna run out of layers, I think. I'll give me the layers I need. I also need to do... here. You'd have a couple coming up the kind of like the edges a bit. And that would be duplicated, normal, add layer. So that goes to an add layer. It goes down just slightly. I guess the normal layer with a Gaussian blur. And the add layer can just take that down enough to be kind of transparent, kind of not. Hey Tony! Welcome to the stream! How's it going? Ben, I haven't yet. I was way behind with my community redraw, so I spent most of Friday evening until I went to sleep because I crashed and burned, and almost all of Saturday, at least half a day Saturday, working on the redraw video before it managed to, and half a Sunday working on it before I can get that out. I got very far behind on that. Not from anyone's fault, it's just the way things kind of fell with other priorities. So I didn't have a chance to look at it properly. Which is on my list to do this week, is to just go and kind of look through, well, watch them but I'm also focusing on what I need to do because I am behind. So excuse me. So I need to catch up with a couple of things on the channel, some video content that I'm planning to bring out. I think this is coming out really well, actually. I'm not sure if, I don't think I should do anything more to it. Do I need to do something else? Okay. Let's merge the mask into that, give us an extra layer. Copy the canvas, paste the canvas on top. Can I get another one in? Okay, maximum layers reached. So I need to merge something else down. In fact, I can get rid of that layer because I don't need that anymore. And then I can duplicate that layer to have one on top. So I want to do something with this layer, but what do I want to do? Tony says, do you think you can draw Mario character as a demon or a mech armor? Possibly. I think I have. I've done Princess Peach as a demon in my video game characters as demons episode. She had some mushrooms where it's like the parasitic mushroom that can create like the zombie snail, and she could take over people from the SCP Foundation, which was quite cool. Seven Deadly Sins as a demon is another idea. The only one that I'll have a struggle with is Meliodas, because he's already a member of the demon clan, so him as a demon's not really... I don't know what I could tweak on that one to make it as cool. Merge down, duplicate, perspective blur. I need to merge something down for this. I should be able to delete that. Create a mask. Go to that color, and then let's just put this back a little bit, and then carefully drop the opacity just slightly. What have we got? Imagine Mario working for the SCP Foundation. That would be quite interesting, Ben. That'd be quite a good one. Along with Luigi, would be quite cool. Soulstorm, welcome to the stream. Looks so amazing. Awesome job. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. I'm having a lot of fun with this this kind of like dragon design for Venom, and I kind of wanted to give the kind of like a motion off like an impact in the wings, which is quite cool. Yeah, it's because of the red from the flames around it. I may have to just slightly tweak part of it in a minute, just to make sure it ties in. In fact, that's an idea. If I merge that down and I add another layer on top, this time we go for the blue. In fact, there's a really cool technique in... Okay, so if I select that layer, load and save. Oh, I've already got it. Perfect. So if I go up to this layer, I can go onto my selection tool, load and save, click my first selection that I want, which is selection 1, for it to select all the areas but that, and then I can just drop that on top. It selected all of the bits that I've had before, and then what I can do is I can look to work on something like wow, the fight goes really mental. Probably there. That's just brought it back into like a Venom feel to it. What I do want to do though is merge that mask down, create a mask on top of this one, and erase a few bits because it needs to look kind of quite cool. Quite amazing to see this idea come to life. Yeah, I can't believe your suggestion won out of the poll actually, but it was quite cool. So what I want to do is I just want to take out a little bit around the edges. Not a lot. It's just, even as a symbiote, the edges are going to pick up a little bit more of the colour. And that's kind of the... I've done quite a few layer effects on it, but the very edges of this design will be picking up the... Sorry, just put music back on. Find a decent track. Next one, please. I seem to have all the calming music at the moment, which is really cool, but not really what I'm after. Oh, a Spider-Verse trailer tomorrow. I've seen a couple actually. Or rumoured trailers. I've seen a couple that they've released so far. I'll tell you what, let's... Yeah, I'll go with that one. Oh, this is an official one. Nice. I think that probably does it for this illustration, actually. How long have we been going for? An hour and a half. Just wondering if we should do another illustration. I don't think there's much more we can actually do on this piece. It's pretty much, I mean, I can see what happens if I change the background color from apparently not much. Oh yeah, it won't matter if I change that background color because I've created that layer here. Never mind. It's fine, I can go back to that color, that's not a problem. Do another drawing. Oh, you're going to watch it soon. When's it out for you, Tony? I'm going to watch it at the weekend. I'm really looking forward to it. So we've got this one done, and I'm going to just save a copy out to my images. In fact, I'm going to save a couple of these out actually. I always save 3 copies of it because then I can just go to each one and crop it out how I want it to be. You guys want me to do another illustration? We had a Venom dragon. I'm just wondering what we should do for the next illustration because it may be a case of having to. I don't know. Should we stop the stream and start a new one? Just trying to think of how to keep it contained so it's like not an extra bonus bit on the end, or do we do it as a bonus on the end? Oh, Justin, do you mean the actual Stomper ones from the original movie? Because that would be quite cool. I was thinking what we could do instead, because I know we've done a dragon. But do we do a dragon or do we do something different is the question. The April 8th I will go watching that movie, but in April 5th will be my birthday. Ah, cool. Well, happy birthday for April the 5th. Which would be quite cool. And yeah, I'm going to watch it hopefully on the 7th, but it might be the 8th. I get to watch it. Hello Omenheart, welcome to the stream. We've got our Venomized dragon, which has come out really good. I really like how this is. I'm going to stop at this point on it. We're just deciding what we're going to do for another illustration. Just need to figure out if I'm going to stop the stream and start a new one, or just continue. Ben, I do plan to at some point. There's going to be a loop back round of the narrators reminiscing about what's gone on with that. And then you get to see the next set of evolutions and explain how they got out of there, but I'm tying that into another story later on. Maybe start a Ben 10 kaiju like Wildmutt. If I'm going to do a kaiju like Wildmutt or something, it'd probably be better if I stopped the stream, started the stream, and then we jumped onto it fresh, rather than merging two together. If you guys are okay with that, just trying to figure out the best way to do it, but I'm happy to stop a stream, start a stream, and you guys can jump onto that in probably about a couple minutes. In fact, I'll set up a new stream in the studio while we're here. Let me set up a stream while we're chatting, and then oh my god, it goes so slow. And then we can kind of like tie the two. We can have one that's this and then one that's the other one. The reason I'm thinking of it is because I want to keep it so that people who come onto the stream get the illustration or something that they want, which would be quite cool. In-game pictures. Oh, do you mean the ones where you've done? Oh, I can't remember the game, but it's the one where you've got ones for different characters, isn't it? Oh, that's awesome, Alien Animations. That's quite cool actually. I've technically only had one submission so far. Yeah, Skyrim. I did think it was Skyrim. I wasn't sure about saying Skyrim, but yeah, I did think it was that one. Okay, so that one's live. So let's create a new go live. Schedule. Okay, what are we doing on this one? Because I'm going to create another one. Yeah, Justin, I'm going to look to probably do that. I will do that at some point for you. Probably won't be today because I want to get into that properly. But we're going to do another one. So it's going to be draw with me. Drawing something suggested by the live chat. Who's Asta? Venomized Nexum. Oh, I can't do that yet. That could open up a whole can of worms in the storylines. Yeah, it's basically in a world of mages, he's got no power, but he signs a contract with a demon, a devil, and yeah, it's actually a really good series in that. Let's just change that image to my. Why do I not have the image I'm looking for? Oh, hang on. Give me a second, guys. I can't find an image I'm kind of looking for. It should be. How strange. Feel that might not have been a good idea. Aha. Nope. Wow, I can't find my thumbnail that I use for my placeholders. Ah, nice. You gotta love it when you're looking for something you can't find it. Let's put some more music on a second. No, I've got it somewhere. Let me find it. How strange. Okay, I got an idea. Yeah, let's reuse that. That's got a thumbnail we can use. Get rid of those. Wow, this is an old template. Huh? Cool. Next. You'd think it'd be a lot quicker to sort out a next. Well, look, everyone can watch your stream. Done. Okay guys, I am going to jump onto the other stream. If you come out of this and go onto the channel, you will see the other stream being public, and I will connect very shortly once it's done. I'm assuming it's going to let me. Cool. So I'm going to end this one here and jump onto the other stream. So I'll see you shortly and we'll draw something else on the channel.